All right, so today we'll be talking about Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. I picked this game up on the 13th when it was released, but I didn't get to play it until a couple of days ago. And from what I've seen compared to the original one, the graphics have been updated a little bit. Um, it's still, of course, not as good as the graphics from the remake of Final Fantasy VII, which is expected because if you think about it, I mean, like, they're just kind of like re-releasing a game that was for the PSP, so it makes perfect sense. Now, the combat system, it's been updated a little bit. It is a very interesting combat system, so they do kind of interesting things. Like, it's kind of like playing like a roulette game or something like that. It spins, you end up getting, like, if you can get like your AP completely maxed out, or you can use unlimited magic, and also that's how you get your limit breaks, which I thought was really interesting from, doing that, because you're like, okay, well, instead of fighting and fighting and like as it builds as you fight, it's kind of like you just wait for the roulette to show up and get your limit break. It kind of helps because you can randomly get limit breaks off and on instead of trying to build it up and then saving it. You can kind of just wait and see what happens. So the combat system, obviously updated. They obviously took the system from, Final Fantasy like 15 and, the new FF7 remake. And so it's like you can kind of run around the screen a little bit more, dodge, attack, everything like that. And of course, I'm still, like I said, towards the beginning, but decided to make a small little review as well. So far, it's pretty fun. I forgot kind of how dorky Zack actually is with certain things. I'm like, he's kind of like, that character that is obsessed with his hero and everything and doesn't really realize how awesome he is, which is, pretty humbling in his own way. So it's like he doesn't necessarily need to like brag about himself and stuff, even though he kind of does, but he doesn't realize it. So honestly, I feel like definitely a good purchase to make. Um, a lot of people put out a lot of videos saying, here's 10 things to do before you buy Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core Reunion. Here's, things you should know before getting this and stuff. My whole thing is, if you liked the game before, or if you're a fan of Final Fantasy, I don't think you need to watch all those videos of things you need to know and like everything like that, unless there's like some huge issue with the game and all these glitches and stuff, which I know they've been working on updates and stuff on this. One of the really cool about pre-ordering this, you ended up getting the Dark Fire, Dark Blizzard, and Dark Lightning, Tyria, which was really, kind of like one of those things where it's like just kind of like a perk of getting it. Funny thing is when I pre-ordered it, I actually thought that they were gonna send me like an actual like materia set, like not for the game, but actually to me. Which, of course, in further looking, I realized it was just kind of my mistake being silly about it. But honestly, like definitely pretty fun to watch the cutscenes, everything like that so far. So I would just say, you know, go forward and get it if you like Final Fantasy VII, and if you want to see kind of like the prequel to the, game and everything. I mean, I grew up playing Final Fantasy VII. Well, I think when I first played it, I was in my teens, so didn't really grow up playing it. But, played it in my teens and when I was in high school. And so it was great getting the remake. It's really great getting this one. I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing it and everything. And like I always say, play on, have fun, and just continue to enjoy what you want to enjoy. Don't really worry about what other people think. Just enjoy the game. If you like the game, you like it. There may be times that I tell you that there's a game that I didn't like at all, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, play it for yourself, enjoy the game for yourself. Don't worry about what other people think, and just have fun and play on. All right. Take care, guys.